Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Entrepreneurship Lab. This is your host, Nevena Bajalat, welcoming you once again to the new episode where we always give you valuable information on how you can grow and scale your business. And I'm very excited about today's guest, Dylan Lam, because Dylan is an entrepreneur and founder of OmniRank, and he has a huge experience in running various Amazon brands and e-commerce. And so many of you have been asking me about e-commerce, building your store on Amazon, and what a great guest to welcome today to share his knowledge and experience with us. Dylan, thank you for being here today at the show and welcome.
Thank you, Navana. It's my pleasure to be here today. I'm currently in Birmingham right now. It's very cold out here.
We're greeting you from Dubai. I'm in Dubai. It's beautiful and sunny. So you should definitely come and visit us here. So Dylan, tell a little bit everyone listening about your background, your as entrepreneur. How did you started? Where did you started? And how you end up doing e-commerce and why?
Yeah, sure. So so yeah, guys. My name is Kenneth Lam. If you don't know me, So my original story on e-commerce shape um in the street of Hong Kong. In the past, I watched my father as a factory operator, managing machines and handling OEM client. So that paved me to the current situation, to private labeling, from white labeling to private labeling, to try to manufacture product from China to bring it over to the US and then Europe country. And FBA is actually the pathway that I actually have chosen, and then it's perfect fit for what my background. So what I was doing is, like, back in the uni, I was pick and packing 20 to 30 units in the student accommodation. So I was selling on eBay back in the days, like back in 2013, right? And then everyone knows me in the Royal Mail office because it's just me always like putting all the parcels on the floor and then printing out like stickers, labeling down. Like it's just like a fast label, like peel and then stick, peel, stick, peel, stick, in the Royal Mail service, like Royal Mail office. So yeah, I mean that was me back in the day. That's how I started, and then to continue to bootstrap the business, back in the day, I was earning around like 1,000, 2,000 already. And then I realized to really increase the capital. In order to increase the capital, I have to offer a service for PPC services to help Chinese client to run the PPC campaign. So that was how we all started, as in like a Amazon seller, as well as a service provider as well in China to help them to run PPC campaign. And moving forward, I was able to scale my brand to multiple seven figures. On top of that, like right now, we are also focusing on external traffic as well. Not just like a funnel that we're running. We are running a Kickstarter campaign to aim to battle the risk that putting all the eggs in one basket in Amazon. So that is how it shapes today's OmniRank. Is the company that we have right now, that we provide Amazon full service to our client right now. Yeah.
So thank you, Dylan, for sharing your background with us. So if somebody wants to basically go on Amazon and sell their products or learn, they can come to you, right? What type of services and products do you offer? Do you support from the beginning with marketing, branding, or like technical things, how to make your store on Amazon? What are the exact things you're doing?
Yeah. So we do product development, and then we help client to launch PPC, as in launch a product on Amazon. The way we launch product is we don't just rely on PPC. We actually utilize external traffic by building a funnel to validate the data first, and then we build a funnel to collect the lead to try to understand the engagement when you run the ad, whether or not there's a potential on the virality, whether or not there is potential, if people is commenting in the ad sections, and then like we move on to lead generation, and then once we understand, okay, this product really have its potential, so we will help client decide whether or not they want to go to a crowdfunding platform, or a marketplace like Amazon or eBay or Walmart or Etsy, right? Or like, do you want to just start a TikTok shop immediately? So this is essentially like the pathway that what we are offering, because because a lot of people treated Amazon as in like a business model, but for us, Amazon is a channel, just a channel that provide a lot of like organic traffic. Not really organic traffic. It's like you rely on ads, the flywheels, and the more ads you invest, the more traffic you're getting. Whereas like on the external traffic part, we run ad for Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and then we get them to a funnels and then go to your shops. So this is what we are treating the online e-commerce model as a whole, rather than thinking Amazon FBA is actually the business model.
Yeah, well, thank you for clarifying that. And I want to ask you first question, like, why should people consider e-commerce? Like, what are benefits? There are different channels. Like you said, Amazon is probably the most popular in the Western world, let's say. And because it's trusted as a company, people will maybe buy easier than from different funnels that you have on your own website. And it brings some traffic, right, from other shops that people have on Amazon. But why e-commerce? Like, what are the benefits on e-commerce? You said you were in manufacturing, but what do you see as the main benefits? And why should people consider e-commerce and building business in e-commerce?
E-commerce provides a very good opportunity for individuals, either with capital or without capitals, to get a passive income, right? Um, it's not a get rich quick scheme like back in the day when I started. I would say it's much more easier. Right now, it's difficult. When I mean difficult, I mean it's difficult than before. But then, if you think about it, about e-commerce, like just looking at the statistic point of view from the website Statista or from Forbes advisor, in 2028, the estimated revenues of e-commerce is 8.1 trillion, and this year is 5.1 trillion.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, I think 6.1 trillion. So what is the 2 trillion is coming from? It's all coming from because people is shifting their behavior to buying on Walmart, Targets, to going to online marketplace. So it's actually a behavior changes that happening along with the technological advancement that we are facing, and and there's the saying goes, knowledge gap. You can either like get a income from the knowledge gap, or you can get income from the skill set gap, right? So other people don't know about it, but you know that. That's the knowledge gap. Skill set gap is other people knows how to do it, but you don't. But other don't know how to do it, but you know how to do it, right? So this is actually the easiest kind of like knowledge gap that in nowadays with the technological advancement, that we can gain a very good passive income from. So I myself, I scale my brand from 5 figures to 7 figures in just under 3 years on Amazon. So Amazon is definitely the one that I would vouch for. But then with the increasing risk and policies, I would say we better just treat them as a channel, and then really look after how we can generate more traffic from other channel. And with the current like kind of app platform out there, getting more innovative and getting more kind of like easier to navigate when it comes to the app platform, right? It's actually a very great opportunity for anyone to get started.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I wanted to take like a small steps because a lot of my listeners maybe never had experience in building, but you mentioned it can be a great way to build a passive income. So if you mentioned that we can build a successful e-commerce without capital, so what are some first steps? Let's say I want to have another source of income and I say, okay, I want to build an e-commerce shop on Amazon. What products am I looking for? What are the first steps I should be looking for to make it successful, right? And yeah, what are some technical things that we start with, basically?
So to really get started with Amazon, or on e-commerce overall, I wouldn't go to the route that everyone says that you use the same tool, look at Google Trend, and then find out your competitors' uh, a product that is selling well, right? Everyone knows that if everyone is doing the same thing, if you're doing the same thing again, you're deemed to fail, right? It has to be something that getting innovative each of the year, like back in the 2019 is white label 1.0, where people just go on to snap on the label on the product. And then back in 2020 is like white label 2.0, whereas you have to change the color material, right? And right now we are arriving a white label 3.0, where you have to get a bit more innovative. You don't just change the color and logo, you have to maybe put in a handle on the product, right? So, so when everyone is looking at the same set of data, how can you become a step further than others and then get yourself out there to be noticed by the customer, right? So what we preach is you really have to go through the three kind of validation model that I was like mentioning earlier on. You first find out the keyword gap. Okay, so sorry, let me put it in brief first. To put it in context, we use Amazon research plus dropshipping research to come up with a viral product, and this kind of product will becomes future proof because a lot of people, when they launch a product on Amazon, they are going to a price war because every customer is seeing the same set of data and then selling the same set of things, and then end up everyone have to lower the price, right? And the reason why they're lowering the price because they're trying to get sales volume from Amazon to increase the BSR, the best seller rank, and they're relying on either from the PPC or either from the organic traffics, right? So if we are able to do the validation from the dropshipping test as well, it means that this product are able to rely on influencer. It can be relying on TikTok Shop as well. It can rely on affiliate marketing as well to bring traffic to Amazon. So you don't just get stuck with the Amazon flywheel that they have designed to, you have to advertise first before you get organic sales, right? Or you have to advertise first because you get increase in ranking on keyword before you can get organic sales, right? So, and that's why we are preaching the 3-step validation funnel. You first start up with Amazon type of research to find out what are the keyword gap, try to average out. Okay, you have like 20 competitors on 1.5 page, and then you realize, okay, those competitors is actually ranking for maybe 60% of the keyword, which means that you can step into that 40% of the keyword that you can dive into the category and then get an opportunity. Okay, so that's your first step. But that doesn't guarantee you in the future that you can advertise outside of Amazon to bring in sales to Amazon, to gain consistent sales signals to Amazon algorithms. So therefore, we go on to second validation. We go on to Facebook to try to use interactive marketing kind of things to try to find our angle and messaging to find out whether or not if people is resonating to your advertisement. For example, if you have a bottle, like you would just say, this bottle is actually made from environmental materials, or this bottle is actually equipped with UVC sterilization, and then by buying one bottle, you might be able to contribute to planting a tree, right? So we find angles, we find a unique selling point to test out in Facebook by using different kind of like creatives to see whether or not you can find your ideal audience, and that will be the first step to see whether or not your best audience is going to be engaging with your bottle. If not, then that's probably just a commodity that you can sell on Amazon. If this is just a commodity, you best to just avoid them, because everyone can sell a commodity, and you cannot build a commodity. You cannot build brand nowadays just based on commodity, right? And therefore that's the engagement test we are talking about in the second steps, right? And after second steps, we will go on to look at more of like in-depth kind of call to action, whether or not people are redeeming the coupon, whether or not people are gonna give us reservation, let's say just a $1 reservation, to see whether or not people is really wanting to buy, or they're just like there to giving us false hope, right? And therefore, after this free validation from data to engagement test to call to action test, we will pretty much narrow down that, okay, this is gonna be the best product that that you can that this is gonna be the product that is backed by data that you have launched already. And then it makes your product launch on Amazon or SEO on Walmart journey is going to be way more easier, because you have already got the email list. You can email them to give you the reviews. You can get them to buy your product by sending them a coupon. Or you can just go straight to TikTok or crowdfunding like Kickstarter, that like what we help our client do as well. And then you're essentially that you're trying to remove the risk of getting your product I mean the failure of your product. I mean the risk is just decreased by at least like 50%, because if you didn't do this test, what you end up to do is you have to buy 3 months worth of inventory, send to Amazon, and then understand that, oh crap, there's so much competitor selling the same product, and then I have to start lowering the price, start pumping in the Amazon PPC, and then eventually you just go on to Amazon outlet to try to just sell it in a very low cost. And ultimately, if you still can't sell it in the outlet, if no one really wants it, you would just go on to disposal of your product, or maybe you could just gonna send back to your house, and that would be,
Yes.
that would be stuck, Yeah.
Yes, and inventory, I mean, huge inventory definitely bankrupt and destroy so many businesses. So that's something you want to avoid. Thank you, Dylan, for that. That was very detailed and explanatory. I would like to ask you, if somebody wants to start, considering we're talking about starting the Amazon e-commerce, what different fees are there? And what's something, if somebody doesn't know anything about e-commerce and they are now budgeting and looking, of course, the profit margin, if I purchase this product for this much and I put it on this margin, how much profit? But they have to understand certain costs, right? That they have from Amazon side, that they will have to do in marketing. So can you talk a little bit about numbers and maybe financials about that in the beginning, so at least people can, if they are looking into going into commerce, they understand that, hey, there are many costs that you have to also encounter.
Okay. So managing costs is one of the big topic on being an e-commerce seller, because in 2024, optimizing your efficiency, either operation or shipment, or maybe inventory just-in-time management, those are very important. But let me start by the budget first, as in like how you should get started with Amazon, or how you should get started with e-commerce, right? So to get started with e-commerce, you have different model you can choose from. You can go for drop shipping, you can go for Amazon, you can go for print on demand, right? So of course, like Amazon is going to be the most expensive, because it gave you the most promise that you are building a brand, you're getting a lot of asset together. Whereas in Kickstarter, whereas in dropshipping, you just like go onto AliExpress, and then you just started with no fee, no fees at all, and you can just build a website, and then people would just come in, and then people just buy, and then you just buy from AliExpress or 1688, right? Which is a Chinese version of Alibaba. Or maybe you can just go on print on demand, which will cost you even less, because you're just designing and then put it on the internet. Well, starting budget wise for Amazon, back in the days, people would tell you 5K. But to be honest, nowadays it's gonna be at least like 15K to start on Amazon, because you are buying the inventories, and then you are trying to ship it to Amazon, and then that in the process it will hold you like around 50K, to get your keyword ramp up, all those sort of things. And if you start with drop shipping, that will be less than 1K because you just have to put in your website. But if you're going for agency, it will cost you maybe 2 to 4K, something like that, to start your shopping store. Print on demand, everyone can do that. You might just need to hire a designer. So that will be like maybe 400 to 1,000 to start with. But overall, those are the starting costs, right? Once you get into the business, everyone wants to end up in the same destination. They want to build a brand. They want to make an exit, right? And therefore they want to have a warehouse, and therefore they want to have the employee to do the SOP to make sure that your operation is healthy without you, right? And therefore there's a lot of cost involved, right? I can't give you exact cost, but then I will just give you about what would the cost structure looks like, right? So your inventory will be around a healthy inventory indicator will be your inventory will be costing around like 30% of your revenue. So if you're seven figures, like you're doing 1 million, you will be holding maybe 300K or 200K in stocks. That would be a healthy indicator. And then if you are doing shipment, well, shipment would cost you around let's say 2 to 8%, and it depends on like during the COVID, it just everyone just skyrocket. But then like I just realized a lot of foreigner they always have an agent in between, and that's why they can go up to like 8 to 10% sometimes because they don't have direct contact in China and they're not speaking to the right freight forwarder. Right? And then you got like employee as well. You in employee wise, you have to say Amazon, right? To be fair, dropshipping, you're just hiring a media buyer and then designer, and that's it. Print on demand, you just designer, and that's it. On Amazon, it's a bit different because um, once you scale past like multiple seven figures, you gotta have your own team, or maybe you're hiring agency. But I'm not talking about agency wise right now. Um, uh, I would say if you have your own team, you want to have a PPC manager, you want to have a shipment manager, you want to have a listing manager as well, you want to have a designer to help you design your EBC, like enhanced brand content, or your storefront as well. Well, you can like outsource it to freelancer, but then in the long run, like you want to build your in-house team to really achieve what you are doing to make it scalable in the long term, and you want to have like uh, a operational manager to and HR as well to help you hiring all the things. What I'm assuming right now is assuming you don't want to handle all the stuff by yourself. You want to just get hands off, and then you just focus on one skill, right? Whatever you pick, either like copywriting or either like you're good at like PPC management by yourself. Well, that would be the one that I would advise you. You should get yourself be very good at data analysis on PPC, because that is the most valuable skills when it comes to the whole Amazon kind of like game, right? And right, once you understand the Amazon PPC, you might understand that, oh shit, I need to get external traffic. So you start getting you know Google Ad Manager, you're getting like Facebook Ad Manager, or again you can learn it by yourself. So those are the costs there, and that's why like there's a lot of things that we have to optimize, like how you can optimize like how you can optimize your packaging, right? We used to have a packaging that have like maybe just 10 cm. We cut away 10 cm and we save like thousands on the like shipment, and it happens. It happens that back to us like back in like 2018 as well. We realized, oh my god, we're paying so much on this bag, and then we realized, okay, I will just use a suction method to try to suck out all the air and then make the whole bag collapse, and then it just saves so much space, and then we just save thousands. Like I think we save like 4,000 a month by doing that kind of like optimization.
Wow.
And then we realize, oh my god, there's so much stock right now. We have to do just-in-time management. If we don't do just-in-time management, then we are just gonna be inventory everywhere, like in the third-party warehouse, or maybe we're doing like a lot of like long-term storage fee charged by Amazon, right? And that's why not every product is created even. You cannot sell them like in under 3 months. If sometimes you want to hold more than 3 months kind of worth of stock. Sometimes they are seasonal, sometimes they're not seasonal, and therefore it depends on your strategy. You might want to rank only like half of the keyword, maybe 30% of the keyword. That might be your fly low strategy, and that's why your stock level you want to keep it minimal. And you know that it's coming to April. This product is actually selling well in April. Then you want to maybe increase back in stock, and you realize, oh my God, Chinese New Year is coming. So if this is the April product, then it means that you have to properly purchase an order, place an order with manufacturer in December, right? And that increases your cash flow as well in that kind of sense. And that's why, well, there's a lot of like automatization that we are talking about here. It's quite fun to deal with, but then I would say get the right person, get the right team, get the right agency to help you out with that, because that would save you so much kind of like going to the wrong way, mistakes, that you'll be doing. And then it takes us a few years to hire the right person in our team. So if you just get started, if you are not huge in capital, I would advise you to work with agency, or maybe just try to do everything yourself. Otherwise, you will just get pissed off if you trying to hire someone else. It's just like a subpar employee. So that's another kind of like optimization as well we're talking about.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. I mean, and it's so important. And thank you for sharing all of these, because sometimes we're not aware of budgeting and different costs, and that's the experience. And that's why we have guests like you here to really help us with all of that. So Dylan, I want to wrap up this episode slowly, and I like to ask my guests, because I love learning. I believe in learning from mistakes, right? We all did some mistakes that now seem so silly, but we had no idea when we jump into some kind of whatever business we are doing. So I would love for you to share maybe a story about one of your mistakes that maybe cost you time, or cost you to lose the clients or lose money, whatever it was, but it was such a aha moment for you that it helped you transform your business in the future.
I learned a hard way in the past that I thought like having SOP can do everything. Yes, it is, like in a sense of like those repetitive tasks. But then back in 2019, I was like back in the darkest hours, as in like employee is leaving me because we didn't treat them well. And that is my biggest setback during back in the days. And now I just realized how important it is having the right person in the team, because if you take care of them, they will take care of you. And therefore, if you started with hiring, always hiring the best. If you don't hire the best, one rotten apple will just like spread out to the whole company, and we will end up with a bad culture. I end up starting the whole company again, just leaving just one or two key employee in the company, and then we start with them to rehire the whole kind of like company, to make sure that everything is healthy, everything is stable, and then we take it slowly as well, and we hire and we fire fast as well if we see there's any problem in some details problem, or like a attitude problem in employee.
Wow, thank you for that. I definitely agree with you. I see that in so many companies, and I would definitely say hiring the right person and finding the right person takes time. And I learned that from learning so much from Amazon, as their company culture is how detailed process they have, and they really take time to find the right person, someone with the right culture, not just the skill or education, because that means nothing, but really someone who match your moral values and work values and all of those things. And I love what you said. If you take care of your employees, then they will take care of you if they're the right employee for you. So that's really brilliant. Thank you, Dylan, for being here today. Really, this was a very knowledgeable and helpful conversation. So I appreciate you. And please tell us, how can listeners connect with you if they are looking in the future to do e-commerce and they need some help?
If you guys want to connect with me, you can go on to omirank.com, omirank.com, or you can search me up on LinkedIn. It's Dylan Nam Official. Sorry, it's Digital Dylan Official. Yeah, that's the handle. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Dylan, for your time today, for sharing all the knowledge and expertise. And I want to invite you all, if you listen, make sure to download the episode, subscribe if you haven't already, give us some likes, hearts, and comments, and make sure to share with at least one person who can benefit from this information as well. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.